Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast, Full Lid Friday. Thanks for joining me today. I'm really excited you're here. We got a bunch of topics we talk about on Full Lid Fridays where we just kind of recap the week, talk about smaller topics, and have some fun, laugh, snark, talk about serious things too. It happens. It happens on Fridays. But I like to do that around here. But before we get started, on Fridays I've started, most Fridays, I try to anyway, rotating the old Wheel of Wind things with the dance music and stuff like that. It's really fun. I'm really excited about it. And if you are a higher level than the lowest tier of my Patreon or my YouTube members, you get to go on the wheel that goes every week. If you are a YouTube member or a Patreon, you get to go on the wheel once a month and we spin and you win a prize. And it's really fun. And we dance. But I can't because the green screen's behind me. And I literally have 13 centimeters. So I just have to dance while we're here. So let's do that together though. You guys dance, bring the kids in. The kids love dancing this one. So let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, tartar sauce, fish sticks, yeah, woo, yeah. Who wins? Donnie. And that's my Patreon. So, Donnie, if you have won, please reach out. Josh at the dadchallengepodcast.com to claim your prize, and I will send it to you as soon as possible. And then we do one where we go to the high-tier YouTube members. I think that's this one. So this one is for the YouTubers. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Space. Mordor. Micah. Really? Yeah. No. Okay. Something else. Yeah. Just Katrina. When a YouTube member, thank you for joining. I appreciate that, guys. If you're looking at how to join, my mods will put it in the chat, and you can click join to join the channel. Get up there, get on the list, have some fun with me, and dance. Anyway, let's get to Full Lid Friday. Let's go! I'm going to bring up Jesssfam's video first because a lot of people are saying, you got to say that. And some people were like, hey, I saw Jesssfam's video and it kind of changed my mind about her. I'm like, did it? Okay. Why? So apparently some people are like, oh, just look, she pays her kids. But it's interesting because this video, it's funny because when I first covered Jesssfam, this is the type of video she did. This is when the whole shit was hitting the fan for family vloggers, and Jesssfam came out with her video and saying, hey, I pay my kids and all that kind of stuff. And it's been like well over a year now since she did that. And so we're going to bring it back because she keeps saying the same shit. So let's talk about what she has. I'm going to obviously have to mute the song because I'll get flagged, but this is how people, you know what pisses me off about TikTok? Is like when they just answer questions, they dance. Like, when did this become socially acceptable? Can we not, please? Can if grown-ass adult females, and dads too, do this shit, but you know the moms are forcing them to do it, right? Can grown-ass people stop just answering weird-ass questions by dancing? Can we do that? Is that cool? Right? Okay, good. Good. I'm glad we all agree with that. Anyway, so this is what she says. Some examples of, okay, so sorry, I didn't read the first part. So she said, 13 years of sharing our life online. It's time I address some examples of how my kids are compensated for being a part of our content. Okay. And so I'm not, like, I can't show the dancing. Monthly payroll. So they're on the monthly payroll. Individual UTMA accounts, Uniform Transfers to Minors Act, which I've never even heard of. It's not Coogan, so I don't know what that means. It's probably something like Cuban. Established 401k, profit sharing. You profit share with your kids? Okay. That's weird. Not to mention, here we go with the MLM spiel. Ready? Once in a lifetime opportunities. All you have to do is sign here. It's not an MLM. MLMs are illegal. Stay-at-home parents, lifetime financial security. Now, stay-at-home parents meaning that you guys just literally spend your entire life online. You are not really stay-at-home parents. You just... Chris doesn't do shit, by the way. It's kind of gross. Lifetime financial security, or so you say. Incredible vacations. An established brand? How is that helpful to your kids? What is, again, this is all, she's trying to sell this to people. And she does sell this. She sells this to all her friends. She forces all her friends to have channels, and if they don't want channels anymore, then she's not friends with them anymore. What else you got? Any more? Meet special people? Okay. Like who? Who do you get to meet? You mean the friends that come into your life that you burn bridges with, those special people? You talking about those people? What special, like fans? You talking about crazy people who stalk you? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, cool. A lifetime of memories caught on camera, she says. And she thinks that's a good thing, by the way, everybody. That's a good thing. Remember, these mommy vloggers are all like, I'm just documenting it. Jacqueline, we're going to talk about in a second, was just like, I'm digitally scrapbooking our family. I can't help it if they end up on CSAM. It's a scrapbook. Okay, Jess. So once lifetime opportunities, I don't know what she means there, meaning that your kids just get to go to Disney every 3 or 4 days. Okay, cool. Stay-at-home parents, but you're not really parenting your kids, and we've seen multiple, cases of Jesssfam being totally negligent towards her kids, especially around water. And remember the basketball net almost crushed her kid's head and breaking his arm at the park and all that. Look, kids will be kids, I get it, but Jesssfam's never there when it happens. And then when she does show up, she shows up with a camera. Okay, so stay-at-home parents, maybe if you were good parents, then I'd say, oh, hey, that sounds good, but you're not. Okay, good. Lifetime financial security, we'll see. I mean, maybe Jesssfam is really good with her money and she's invested, and good for her. That's great if she has done that. Then why do you keep exploiting your kids? If you already have a lifetime financial security lined up for yourself and your kids, why do you continue to exploit them? Incredible vacations, okay? And then remember, she said that her kids are on the monthly payroll, they have all this stuff. Okay, I'm going to go back to that for a second. Her kids are on the payroll because she writes it off as a tax thing. So if you pay your kids, right, you pay them, you get to write that off as an expense. Don't forget everything that they do. Incredible vacations, meet special. Like, I'm not seeing anything here about like any good life experiences. They go on vacations, that's correct, but she writes those off as content. She gets to write off. It's all business write-offs. Her children are literally her business write-offs. She saves money by paying them. Now she might only pay them, I don't know, a minimum amount that she has to pay them to get the whatever, I don't care. She actually doesn't have to follow the Coogan law because there's no laws about it yet, but she says she's doing that, which I don't believe her. So yeah, she does all these things, and then it comes down to the lifetime of memories caught on camera, right? But what she fails to address here is that you still don't have your kids' informed consent to put their lives on the internet. And we know that Caden, one of her older kids, I guess, or I don't know which one Caden is. I don't know who these kids are. And you shouldn't either. Okay? But one of the kids doesn't want to be on camera anymore, and she's been talking about it lately because people were kind of like, hey, why is he not on the show? And she's like, well, they don't have to be if they don't want to be. I'm like, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. We had Janelle on, who was her best friend, ex-best friend, saying that she's never asked her kids for consent. And here's the thing about these types of creators and these types of people, right? They think that money is everything. They think that just having cash is going to be the saving grace for the family. It's not the case. In the end, those kids are going to want their privacy back, and you're never going to be able to have it. They will never get it. Going to the hospital, talking about periods, and everything else, all that shit's on the internet forever, and you have no idea how your kids are going to deal with it. Jess, you are a narcissist raising children. You come first out of all of your children and your husband. You are the center of your universe, and they all live in it. They orbit around you. There's just no way that can be conducive to good parenting. And we know you don't, because you fight in like Panda Express and shit like that. You're just gross. You're Jessie Grossy. So just wanted to debunk that video because she's a total douchebag. So Jess, you get douche mom of the day. Congratulations. So another thing that's been going on with the Dougherty dozen, and a lot of people are really, really enjoying my content with the Dougherty dozen, and I'm glad that you are. I'm happy that you're here for it. I'm actually still flabbergasted today at the amount of food that they buy, and there's no way they eat. So the update on their vacation since we did the last video is that they continue to eat out. They had pizza for a snack, like they ordered pizza. They're eating out ice cream. They're going everywhere. There's just no way they could take any of the food anyway, unless they have a cooler the size of this RV that I'm in right now, okay? And they don't. When she goes grocery shopping, she can't take anybody because there's no room. She literally fills an entire 15-passenger Ford Sprinter with groceries. Okay? There's no room for anybody. So where is she putting it if she needs to take it? They're not. It's just a big flex. It's a waste, and it's an expense that she writes off. But that's not really what I'm here for. They're on vacation, and something went down with one of her kids. And one of the kids did an Instagram thing, asked me anything, and said, why are the cops talking to you tonight, right? I just want to point this out. And I'm going to show you why this is really shitty. This is because people were chasing me and they thought I started some shit. But then they asked why I was getting chased, and I told them, and I told them, and then he leaves out what he told them, and they escorted me all the way back home, and people were tackling me and taking my Crocs. Now this is one of her older sons. Why is okay, first of all, No, you're on vacation. Are you literally just going to some random beach party that you don't know anybody at? That's, first of all, if you're in New York State, I think that's where they are. I could be wrong, or anywhere. No, if you don't know people, why would you go to a party? Unless he does know a couple people, it doesn't sound like he did. So this son goes to a party, gets in a fight, people were trying to jump on him, take his Crocs, and he had to be escorted home by the police. Okay? And some people were asking, why are you going to go to this thing? He's like, no, I can't because of what happened. He's not telling the whole story. And Alicia's not saying a word. She's staying mum on the whole thing. She's like, oh, we had a great day surfing, and it was so much fun, and she's just ignoring this whole thing. But here's the problem with this. It sucks because that's normal kid behavior. Like, would I let my 15-year-old go out to a party we're on vacation? No. But I'm a good parent, right? I would never let that happen. Do you know anybody there? No. Well, then why the heck would you go there? There could be people with drugs, could be people with weapons. But here's the danger for him, even overall everything, is that he's a well-known social media figure because his mom turned him into that. So he should be able to do normal teenage things, but he can't because he's going to have people come at him. This is a prime example of why you don't do this to children. Because they can't give if Alex go back and say, if this kid can go back and say, hey, I want to, I'm so pissed that my mom did that. That's called the consent. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the outcome, what the potential outcome could be. And that's what you're trying to tell your kids. And these people will never do that because these are the potential outcomes. They don't get to live normal lives anymore. They are targets and they shouldn't be. Right? And this is normal teenage behavior. Probably out vaping, probably drinking a little bit, all that kind of stuff. There's no way Alicia or Crazy Minnows or Crazy Pieces or any of these families that adopt multiples of kids, there's no way they can keep tabs on them all. And there's no way they can keep a close enough relationship with them so that they know what's going on. And that's really scary and that's really dangerous. And they shouldn't be doing that. And so that thing blowing up on Reddit, people were asking me to cover it. I'm like, you know what? It sucks because it is Alex. It sucks because it's one of her kids and he didn't ask for this. Right? But getting in fights in public and being recognized in public and all that kind of stuff, that's really effing dangerous, considering we know what happened to Ava Madgery. These kids, again, are targets, and they shouldn't be targets. And they are targets. That's the problem. The thing that on the Reddit, too, that is that the kids are being approached by strangers. Deshawn and another one. Alicia, from what I've read this morning, AL is vaping, catcalling girls in the street, posting weird stuff on TikTok and getting bullied. You need a social media break to spend more time paying attention to your kids. That's what someone posted on Instagram or on Reddit, and that's really, really important. So our kids are out doing illegal things. Kids aren't supposed to be vaping, drinking. Catcalling, I don't know. Girls in the street, I don't know if that's the thing. There's somebody said that there's a TikTok of him hitting on the cousin. Again, this is normal teenage behavior. And I'm not going to comment on it to a degree. Like, that's just kind of normal. But what happens here now is that they are a target because they are famous. And they can't have normal upbringings now because they're going to be under a microscope. And it's just a matter of time before something bad happens or the kids do something bad or break the law or whatever the case may be. Now, I know of another family vlog, a Mormon family vlogger, where there's a guy that reached out to me and said, oh yeah, this kid stabbed me in school. And they got away with it. And my mom and he showed me the wound and everything. And it's like a prominent Mormon family vlogger. And apparently they had to move this kid out of school and there was no ramifications for it. So this is the thing. These kids, they just don't have the lives that you think they do. Alex Dougherty is the one who wants to have a normal childhood and he can't. And I don't think he sees what's coming down the pike for him. And that really sucks because he can't have he won't be able to have a normal teenage because now he's probably going to be likely getting catfished by women and men alike. Like Alex over at Crazy Middles or Pieces, whatever the hell, whichever one it was. Like he's so susceptible to being catfished. And these kids, they haven't been in the limelight for a very long time. And so it's ultra dangerous for them because they don't know. And likely Alicia's not teaching them this internet safety. Because why would she? Because internet safety includes not exploiting your kids. And so of course she's not going to teach her kids that. So that's really, really dangerous. So I wanted to say, hey, Alicia, you're dumb for doing what you're doing. But you're not going to stop because you're making so much money that there's just impossible for you to stop. But I need you to sit back, take stock, think of your kids. And how does this even happen? They're going on date nights all night long and all this kind of stuff. And there's like a bunch of kids just bored. And then this is what they do. They get into trouble. And yes, I'm going to continue to cover all of her shopping sprees because it's really fun. Oh, one more update. Alicia's trying to hire a nanny. And they're paying quite a good salary too. Like it's like $25 to $45 an hour. And they're like, oh, you got to be really good with like 400 kids and all this kind of stuff. So she's hiring a nanny. They get to the point now where they're making so much money, they're going to hire help. So Wanted to tell you that. Okay, next topic. So I did a video on Jacqueline from Ren Eleanor, the TikToker. She came out with a prepared statement from her lawyer and everything else. I'm still going to continue to post. And the thing that she continued to post was literally her daughter eating again, because those are the big videos. Those are the ones that get it. And if you read the comments on this one, it's really quite sad, actually. And so here it is. I'm not going to show you the video because we don't need to see a little girl eating, because that's what she knows gets her the best. It's mind-blowing to me that Jacqueline comes out with this thing after all this, and then the video she posts next is her daughter just eating a bunch of things, which is her most saved stuff. You're dumb, Jacqueline. Straight up an idiot. Okay, so anyway, already more saves than comments. There's tons of saves in the video, tons of shares, tons of hearts. 8.4 million views on it. But I want to go back to this video real quick. I just want to do an update on this, on some of the comments that she's been receiving, right? Ignore the haters. Someone said this is giving held captive. And then Chelsea writes this: 76% female means you have over 4 million men in here, which is what I said. And some people are starting to catch on to this whole thing. Like, she just glossed over that. Oh yeah, mostly women. But that's still 4 million dudes watching a toddler. There's never going to be a good reason. And a lot of people keep reminding me too, and I never really say it just because the majority of predators are men. But there are predators who are women as well, everybody. And so we can't ignore that. So likely there are hundreds of thousands of people with, watching this for the wrong reasons. And she just doesn't care. And then what she posts next? Her kid eating like a total douche. Someone writes, so if you're filtering and blocking, you know they're watching. And you don't care as long as they're silent. Got it. Good point. Yeah, another point, Britt says, a digital scrapbook? There are private ways to do that. Yeah, again, these excuses that all these moms use, they only see 15 seconds of her life. I'm just taking scrapbooking for our family. Again, all these things are so easily debunked. Okay, well, why do you need to put it online for millions of people to see? You're not digital scrapbooking for 17 million people. It's not personal anymore. And I don't understand why they think that. It bothers me because they think we're stupid, and that pisses me off. Someone says, genuinely wondering, can you please explain the incredibly high amount of saves on certain videos of Ren? Because she's like, oh no, it's not happening. But why is it the ones eating hot dog and all those ones get the highest amount of saves? And someone said they're not saves, they're just favorites. Okay, then someone says, why is someone favoriting a video of a child eating in a bathtub or eating a hot dog? And someone just kind of making it, oh, they all save. No. When you see an exorbitant amount of saves on one video over another one, and look at the context of the video, that matters. That does matter. Yeah, this one says, nah, willful ignorance is still ignorance. It doesn't matter how many followers are women. The fact of the matter is, the comments and saves don't lie. Amazing. A lot of great comments in here. Broke out the glasses for this one, eh? Yeah, so a lot of people are asking about the saves and everything. So anyway, Jacqueline she doesn't care. And it comes back to Dougherty Dozen and all these other people, Jesssfam and all that. When you start, okay, I don't think you guys really understand. Put yourself in a position, and maybe some of you are wealthy and you grew up wealthy, so you don't really understand this. But I grew up poor. What we all need to understand, those of us who don't make a lot of money, okay? Not like a ton of money. Like I'm comfortable, a lot of people are comfortable. But I'm saying people who come from nothing, like Dougherty Dozen, and Jesssfam, not poverty, but they weren't rich, right? They get, I don't think you understand the amount of money that they are making on YouTube is astronomical. It's just unheard of, and it's never enough. So when you're getting in your bank account at the peak of your channel, like let's say Jesssfam or Jacqueline, Dougherty Dozen, all these people, okay? Some of them are pulling in, like Dougherty Dozen, hundreds of thousands a month. Imagine opening up your AdSense account, okay, and seeing that number at 100,000 or 200 or 300,000. What would that do for you in your psyche? Would you stop what you were doing just because a couple people thought it was dangerous? What would cause you to stop that? It would take a lot, and I mean like a lot. And for these family vloggers, generally mommy vloggers, a lot of them are single, when they find out their kids are all over this and being scrutinized, like Alex from Dougherty Dozen and Alex from Crazy Pieces, those kids are getting their own hate threads and shit online. And they don't deserve it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But it's happening. Just as bad as the exploitation of maybe finding CSAM, if your kids have hate threads directed towards them, get them off the internet. They don't deserve it. And you're like, well, they shouldn't be there. Just like predators, they're there. They're going to find anything to come at you with. And when your kids start to get hate on those gossip threads, that is a dangerous place to be. Likely there are probably girls trying to catfish them into sending pictures, or catfishing them into relationships and getting screenshots so they can blackmail them or do whatever. It's crazy. I know that, and that's actually a good segue into the Jenny Poppich story. Now, I covered Maria Eulachia yesterday, and of course, she sent me messages. She sent me one that said, I gotta show it to you. So basically, she just comes at me for this other person that she thinks is my contact, and it's not. And then she finishes the text thread as, "I wish I could put my stinky ass hands right up your nose." Because I showed you guys videos of everything, and a lot of people were responding to that one video where I was pointing out the toilet, and they thought that Maria was not wearing anything with the waist down. It's not true. Because if you go to the TikTok, after that TikTok, you could see Maria on the bathtub behind Jenny, putting a camera in, which is really weird. But she's wearing the same flesh-colored leotards. I don't know. I know. So many people were messaging me and saying, I don't know if you know this. Someone even used the word labia. So I did check, and it's obviously not. I would never put that on my channel, but she is wearing tights in that video. Okay, so a lot of people were pointing out, okay, so I went back over the video here of Jenny, and because a lot of people were pointing it out. So she's got a beer. I also want to point out that this kid, Jenny, nobody, not even Maria or the husband, nobody's wearing seatbelts in the car. Nobody, okay? And so she drinks, take a look, drinks her Bud Light, but someone had pointed out, right there, her husband also, right there, has an open can of Bud Light between his crotch. Okay, and then again, with the kid sitting in the front. So he's drinking and driving as well, and nobody's wearing a damn seatbelt. Like, drinking and driving obviously is the most terrible thing, but again, nobody's wearing seatbelts. So I wanted to point those two things out, just because we did fail to miss those. And so I really want to make sure that you guys, and I wanted to show you this too, real quick. So I wanted to show you this picture, and this is them in their trailer, and he's sitting there on his phone, and you can tell by his anarchist tattoo that he's there. And I just need you to point this out here. They're just literally rolling joints and have a big jar of weed like in their house. Now, I'm not saying that that's not, look, I know that weed is legal. I get that. I understand that. But it's just one more thing with these people. They don't, I don't even know if they're employed. I think they make their daughter makes them all their money. But here's the thing. If you're going to smoke weed, okay, do what you got to do. But these people probably smoke weed in the house with their children in there. There's drugs just freely hanging out in their house. They're the worst trash I've ever seen in my life. Okay? Drinking and driving, no seatbelts, weed everywhere, exploiting their children. I'm going to ask you guys a question. In your opinion, if what you've seen here, does it rise to the level of calling CPS on Maria? I'm looking at these kids in a house full of drugs and drinking and driving, no seatbelts. There's actual proof of it. Can CPS not be called and said, look at these videos. Are you going to do something about this? This is the mom and the dad that you call CPS on. Like this, if you saw this at neighbors doing this and you didn't call CPS, you are reporting this. Like I would. If a neighbor was doing this to their children, if I knew they were driving around drunk and drinking while they're drinking, and no seatbelts, weed in the house, all this kind of crap, I would absolutely call CPS. So I don't know, does it rise to that level? And if anybody who works for CPS, when you get a video proof, are you allowed to use that? Can the police use that? Can the police use that as video evidence of him breaking the law, of her breaking the law, and how dangerous, what can they do about it? Like, I feel like we're just so, I don't know how she's gotten under the radar with all this stuff. This is mind-blowing. If anybody bigger did something like this, they would be canceled in a heartbeat. Right? It's so weird to me. So I just wanted to update you on that. A lot of people had pointed that out, and I want to make sure we saw that. The beer in his lap, the weed in the kitchen, and the no seatbelts. Just a trash bag. You are. You disgusting trash bag. And no, I'm never going to get near you with your hands smelling like that. Okay? A lot of people are commenting on the disgustoidness of that. We're going to close today off just a little bit of fun. I love the Would You Rathers. They're my favorite. So I want to throw you guys a couple in the chat. Tell me some Would You Rathers, okay? All right, here's a good one. Would you rather have your tongue, nose, left eyeball, or right ear removed? Surgically, under anesthesia, so you feel no pain, and there's just no cartel stuff, okay? So if I had to choose one thing, absolutely not my eyes. I love being able to see. I need my tongue for obvious reasons. My nose, I'm going to say ear because I'm sure if you cut my ear off, I could still hear. So I'm going to say ear. And it's what everybody else says. 1.2K says ear. Okay, good. What do you guys say? That's a good one. Would you rather be 15% more attractive, 15% smarter, 3 inches taller, or get a new Tesla? I'm going to say I would love to be 15% smarter. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. I mean, being smarter is always better. Because a lot of people I cover, I'm like, they need to be 100% more smart, and they're not. They're dumb. But some people said new Tesla. Here's one, and answer this carefully. Would you rather drink orange juice with or without pulp? I'm pulp, and I'm like extra pulp. Make that shit like I almost choke on it. I love the pulp. Oh, more people say no pulp. Interesting. I want to know what you guys think. Would you rather have everyone believe a false rumor about you or have 3 of your teeth fall out? I like my teeth. You can believe all the rumors. Oh, everyone believes you had sex with a pig and you can't disprove it. Most people said they'd rather have their teeth fall out. Because they're all still visible. Okay, that's awesome. All right, last question. Superhero ones. It's really good. If you guys haven't seen The Boys on Prime, go watch it. What superpower would you rather out of these? Be able to hear thoughts, but you can't turn it off? No thanks. Be invisible, but you can't turn visible? No. Be capable of levitation and flight, but you can't walk normally? Okay. Be super fast, but you have normal perception of time? That'd be fun. Be super strong, but you can't decrease your strength? I'm going to say capable of levitation and flight, but you can't walk normally, because you could use the levitation and flight to walk normally. Just saying. So that's what everybody said. That's awesome. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me on Full Lid Friday. Lots going on. Lots to happen this coming week. I'm getting home soon. Get back to the regular life and everything else. I'm really excited about it. Thank you for being here. Sorry about that crap that's going on with my phone yesterday. I hope it's not going on right now. You're incredible. Take a deep breath. That's a good one. I'm going to do some firesides because it's finally nice out here and I really like playing my guitar and just chilling. So join me in a fireside if you so wish. I might do one tonight. I'm trying to convince my wife to come over for an hour or so to sing some songs because she's really good. And I love listening to her sing. So I hope that she will. But thank you guys for joining me this week. I really appreciate you. Stay tuned. This coming week, I'm going to cover a bunch of different topics. Maybe we'll do another Dougherty Dozen shopping haul because they're amazing. And I love doing them. But I want to make sure you guys remember how amazing you are, valuable, and incredible. Don't you forget it. I'll see you tomorrow.